Coach, the national narrative has been, Fever's terrible, Caitlin's terrible, the last beginning.
Coach is terrible.
Coach,
Yeah,
let's add that. Journalists are terrible, whatever. Clearly, that narrative is wrong. You guys, if the season ended today, you're in the playoffs. I think you would have been the last game too. Schedule's easier, but what has been wrong about the narrative, and now what is right as you guys are starting to actually win games and show everyone what you can do?
Yeah. Well, we can start with the schedule for this inexperienced team, right? Youngest, least experienced team in the league. We'll start there. That schedule was tough with no practice time, and that is where young players, need to play together, get time on the court together, understand each other's timing, where they're going to be. So between not being able to practice, playing the toughest teams in the league, every other night, I keep saying it, but just the way these guys keep showing up, I'm so proud of them, because now they're getting, they're feeling what it should have felt like, at the beginning for them. Just really proud of them. Fourth win, home win in a row. It's just really, really exciting for the Fever.
Scott.
To that point, Kelsey said the thing she's most proud of is how they've kept everything inside, how they blocked out the noise. How do you feel like that has been successful?
That's really hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, it's taken a toll on them. On all of us, and we're just in a whole different world right now in women's basketball. Not one that we've never experienced before. So we're in this learning curve of trying to figure this all out. And we were trying to do it early against the toughest teams. Now we've had time to practice. Now we've had time to gel. Now we've had time to get some minutes together and just build confidence. That's another one. Like, we just weren't able to build confidence, and that changes you. That changes everything when players are able to build confidence. And I think Ryan told me on the way here, our 6 wins, we've had 4 players in double digits scoring. I mean, that's what we can do when we have time to put it together.
Go Bob, then we'll go Matt.
Christie, now that the schedule is humane,
Love that word.
feel free to use it.
Yeah.
What has changed, and do you see specific instances on the court where you see the learning curve coming along, where you see people starting to understand what they're doing?
Yeah. For me, it's the timing of mostly the passes into the post. We've been really going into Nalissa and AB, really working on some high-low action with those two. I really think, that's just a timing thing. And for me, we're getting better, and we're able to work on that at practice. So that to me is the timing of where we are, the timing of sealing those defenders, when to step across, when the reverse action has happened, when AB is going to step across, how we're going to reverse to the third side to get the ball in to whoever that is. It's just timing, and that just takes obvious, time together.
Go Matt, then we'll go Tony.
I guess, how impactful is it for a younger team to go perfect on the homestand leading into a 5-game road trip?
Yeah, these just to get these wins at home, the fans have been showing up, the sellout crowds, just to be able to put, a product out on the floor that they're proud of. I mean, we can't thank them enough for coming out. The fans have been incredible. But yeah, just to have these wins, and then now to go back on the road against Atlanta, against Chicago, it's going to be tough. They've all been close games, so they're going to come at us with everything. We just got to stick to doing what we are doing, staying together, just keep improving every time we can step on the floor, whether that's a practice session, whether that's a video session, or in the 40-minute game. That's what I told him today. Like, we can't think about what's coming up. Like, this is we've got to get better in these 40 minutes.
Tony and Zion.
Christie, this is the second game in a row that all 4 of Nalissa, Kelsey, Aliyah, and Caitlin have all been effective and had similar shot totals. What to you has allowed that quartet to gel and play better these last 2?
I think a lot has to do with just understanding, when we're playing in that fast pace. Like, if you have the advantage, 3-on-2, 2-on-1, like, you keep that advantage and you keep attacking. We're really learning that when we're back 5-on-5, we've lost that advantage. Now we've got to execute. So now when we're doing a much better job executing, we're doing a much better job of executing ATOs based on out of bounds, south out of bounds. But that's just that practice time, being able to work on it.
Zion, go ahead.
Christy, when Caitlin was in here, she talked about how, like, you know, your goal was never to win the whole championship. You just guys wanted to just make the playoffs and be in the spot to do that. I guess, how have you been able to keep this team grounded through the slower start you had and get to a point where you're competing?
Yeah, just, you know, it was a challenge for them, you know, just to show up every day, not having success, going 1-8. You know, just that's really hard to do, to keep coming back and just beg, you know, asking them to just stick with it. You know, let's just keep getting better, keep improving. And to me, that is what I am the most proud of, is they kept showing up, and we just keep improving in certain areas that we're focused on, that we're emphasizing.
Go Reggie here on the right.
Sure. Coach, I don't know if you've been asked this, I haven't heard you talk about it at all, but you've been asked about a lot about what you've done to help keep the players' confidence up, but what have they done to help your confidence up, and what's different about this team now going into the upcoming road stretch that wasn't there before?
You know, it's funny, when we were having that hard stretch, and it was some really hard, tough times. You know, you as a leader, you don't have a break. And so you just have, you know, I've got great people around me, great assistant coaches, a great trainer in Todd, who's been doing this for a long time, and he is always really quick to send me a text that's unexpected, that just kind of gets me back grounded. Lead us, coach, like, we're ready, tell us what to do. You know, players have a way of knowing you're down and just walk by you on the bus and hit you on the back. I know it's small things, but coming from players, those are huge. And when they do those things, I make sure that, you know, I find a way to thank them for that, you know, in the next few days. Because they just, you know, they're grinding too. But again, I've got a great support staff and assistant coaches, and so I'm really lucky for that.
Got two on Zoom. Taco, you want to start?
Thanks, Ryan. Hi, Christy. Christy, tonight your 74% of your shots either came at the rim or along the three-point line, and you're leading the league on a per-game basis for those shots. What is it about those specific looks that you think really helps your team and enables your offense to be as good as it's been over the last few games?
You know, we just really keep talking about paint touches. You got to get paint touches. You know, we've got players around now that are able to knock down wide open shots. So if you get your feet in the paint, if you get a paint touch, it just collapses the defense, especially the way AB and Liz are playing down there. So as you know, you've got to play through your post, and that's not saying you just, you know, feed it in expecting them to get every shot. They just create wide open looks. And then you have a Caitlin and a Kelsey who are able to also bring on so much attention. Both of them take on so much attention. Caitlin is able to knock down wide open shots. Kelsey Mitchell's able to get downhill extremely well. When she gets downhill, what happens? The defense collapses. She's finding wide open shooters, and we're knocking them down. So that is the way we have to play for us to be successful. For us to have 4 players in double digits, where the points are spread, the attempts are spread across the board. Just keep knocking down those high percentage shots.
Got last one, Willie.
Thank you. Hey, Christy. To sort of go back to that very first question with those negative narratives, somebody who, you know, sort of flew under the radar with negative narratives, and she sort of was very patient and poised, was AB. You just touched upon it. And it's no coincidence that during this winning stretch, her offensive production has picked up as well. For a second-year player, she's come across, whether it's in press conferences, on the court, sort of being a right arm to Caitlin. Can you just talk about her maturity level and her poise and just her overall persona? Because it's very impressive, and, you know, because she caught a lot of flack early this season also.
Yeah, you know, AB, I say it, she's so extremely hard on herself. And when she wasn't playing well, she really, you know, she just was more concerned of she was letting the team down. And so, you know, she just got in the gym. She got with Jared. He's her coach, and, you know, they just went to work. And then the more we played, you know, she started figuring out the timing of things. Her and Caitlin, the timing with her and Caitlin. You know, the reds, the traps that were happening with Caitlin. She was able to roll to the right areas, to get those touches where she was making the decision whether she was attacking or she was kicking. But Amy just got confidence. She got confidence after the Connecticut game. She went into business mode, and she's just been, business-like and doing what this team needs. She's been a focal point. She's knocking down shots. She's shooting a high percentage. She ended up with 22, I think, tonight. I think she didn't end up with that double-double, but 8 rebounds. I mean, I'll take that every night. Really proud of, just her and the leadership that she's bringing for our team.